because, like, Laura Loomer, of course, she is all about, hashtag Blue Lives Matter. So he really needs to, like, figure out who the hell he's talking to and what's going on. Because if he does know so much, he's really not that well informed.
That's true.
He'd be standing down and, like, letting her have her freedom of speech. Someone actually pointed out on Twitter that the Constitution states that she's allowed to she has the right to actually stay locked to that door for 24 hours.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So, actually, if Laura Loomer really wanted to, she could start, like, suing the NYPD. But, again, she doesn't. You know why? Because hashtag Blue Lives Matter. And, yeah. I mean, she's not going to, like, hurt the people that she stands for.
Exactly.
But, what Laura Loomer was doing, like we were saying, she was trying to prevent something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And, like, what is that? That's that fucking shit that's going on in France, Germany, and the UK.
Yep.
And I'm not saying what's happening there is bad. I mean, it is bad. It's a bad situation for many things, and we're about to go over that.
Right.
But for the first things first, you gotta realize is that these people voted for this. They voted for the carbon tax. They voted for the globalism. They voted for the socialism. Everything that's pissing them off right now.
Yeah.
And so they're revolting against that. They're saying no to the EU. They're saying no to their controllers and everything, and it's just causing chaos.
Yeah, like even cops are like putting in like, yeah, we're done too.
Yeah, they're taking their helmets off and shit.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. But
in the end, it's a beautiful thing because they're all coming together.
Right, but you see how much it took?
And we're trying to prevent that from what's going on there come over here. So we need to come together, people. We the people. Come on. We just gotta keep throwing our voices everywhere, man.
Yes, like don't be
This
stagnant.
is what it's all about.
Yeah, you gotta get your voice out there. Like
okay, yeah, it may seem like, it's the end because of the whole, dollar failing and we're gonna have to go from scratch type thing.
That's gonna be later at the end, but yeah.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, maybe not. We don't really know.
Yeah, you really don't know for sure. But hold on.
But what we know is that it's going to crash.
Right.
Very soon.
But let's break down what's going on in Germany, France, and the UK.
Right.
So there's this whole movement going on called the Blue Fest, what the hell?
Yellow Vest.
The Yellow Vest movement. Or some people are saying Cody 45. Really not sure what that's about. Hashtag Cody 45.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, in connection with that. But, yeah. So people are coming together, putting on these yellow safety vests, and basically revolting in France, and it caused all kinds of chaos. They destroyed public property and private property of, their fellow citizens.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's the thing that Laura Loomer is trying to prevent. She's trying to prevent from us getting into a situation where the whole lot of you don't realize we're in, and, only figure it out at the last minute when we're taken over. Like France, Germany, and the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So
we have to form an alliance.
Yes, we have to form an alliance some way, somehow. Democrats are going to have to wake up and smell the coffee.
Yeah.
Like I said, hashtag walk away.
Let's make tea parties, guys.
Yes, let's be friends. Like, really, we do talk a lot of trash about liberals and everything, about the left, but that's because, like, something has got to wake you up. Something has got to shock you into realizing...
How is all this debt not shocking anybody, especially what has happened over the past weekend?
I know,
with it dropping so dramatically.
Oh, yeah, this past week, it's, like, dropped more than 800 points. Like, that should be shocking enough. And this is in connection with, what's going on with the censorship. Not only that, but, what's been a long time coming, But like again, I still want to focus on what's going on in Europe, because people got to realize, man. People got to realize that we do not want this. We do not want to go into like a civil war mode or like a revolutionary mode. Yeah. You know, we want to do a peaceful revolution. That's what it was all about. Like I said, when MLK and all these people here, Rosa Parks, I don't know, whoever else. But started all these peaceful, disobedience, sitting at the front of the counter, and while it was the only whites establishment, that's the level of stuff that Laura Loomer is doing, and people are saying it's too much. But again, look at Europe. Do you want that?
It's so true, man. Like, this is why I keep sitting here thinking about it as it's being talked about.
Yeah, like Matthew's quiet right now because he's still in a state of shock. Because, this poor guy has so much personal shit going on. Like, sometimes he has to, step away from the computer and, handle his shit.
Yeah.
But that's why we work together,
Right.
Because we want to do this, full time. We want to uncover the truth. We want to analyze everything that's going on. Because people have got to hear this. And there is no real conservative movement in Dallas. I hope y'all realize that.
Yeah, there's none, you guys. Because if there is, we're in the shadows.
Yeah, and even if they are conservative, some of them are probably not even Trump supporters. Because as y'all know, Trump is being attacked not only by the left, but the right as well. The right is just being quiet right now because Trump has so much overwhelming support. But trust me, once he shows any feign of weakness,
they're gonna bite.
Yeah, they're gonna bite for sure. But he's Trump, so doubtful that's gonna happen. But you never know, and that's why you got to not be
sedentary.
Prepare
yourself for everything.
Don't be sedentary. Prepare yourself for everything. But also take action. Write to your senators. Write to your representatives. You might say that doesn't work or anything, but you know what? Whenever I write a representative, let me start from the beginning. When I first started writing representatives, they gave me bullshit letters. Stuff that you could tell was like a total copy-paste, send to the next person.
Yeah.
But after a while, after I kept pushing and writing them both in handwritten, email, and calling them, they finally got the point that they're going to have to really, put in some effort in these letters because I don't like their bullshit answers. Because I'm not asleep, man.
Right.
We're not freaking asleep. You're not asleep either, people. I know you're not. And I know there's a lot of people on the left that, are seeing this and, they have to be questioning, is this really what I should be doing?
Right.
Is this really...
Because why would you be listening to us right now?
Yeah. If you weren't, unless you're just ready to shit on us, which go ahead. Shit
on
us all you want.
It happens.
Yeah. Fuck. We'll debate you. Unless you're giving us, false platitudes or, faults in logic, we're gonna meme the fuck out of you, okay? But if you come to us with a real argument and something that looks like substantial to argue, we'll debate it.
Yeah.
Left and right.
No problem.
I mean, we need public discourse. This is why we're in the situation we're in, because there's not enough public discourse, and there's not enough people talking to their representatives. And, God, I mean...
It's just one big vicious cycle.
It really is, because, And
the vicious cycle has to end sometime.
At some point.
And it's about to end.
Right. Because,
we're so close, Pete, guys.
The head of the snake is the central banks.
Power. Money is power.
Uh-huh.
But it's fake.
Right.
It's fake. It's a piece of paper.
Right. It's all built on debt.
Yeah.
Because they basically said, they basically blew off the freaking petrodollar system, really. To be honest with you, they just, print off dollars like nobody's business, like they're printing off flyers.
Yeah, and only they're allowed to do it.
Right, the central bank. Yeah,
sounds shady, right?
Yeah, you have to understand, the central bank is not part of the government.
It's not.
You have to flat out know that. Nobody in elected politics, in our elected government, has any control over our financial system as a whole. The central bank has all the power. Our Federal Reserve System, that is a private bank owned by other people. Who are the oldest owners? Rothschild. They're all Rothschild owned.
Rothschild. Just hearing that name makes me cringe.
Yeah, for
because
real.
Can you imagine how wealthy they are?
Yeah, it's like ridiculously wealthy.
They're like the most wealthiest human beings.
And that's the whole point. These old families want to enslave us. They want to
keep their money, keep their
major amounts of wealth. And it's not that you can't gain wealth, right? But the way that these people do it and what they do with their wealth is evil.
Yeah.
They enslave countries. They
because
enslave the people.
It all came back down to like royalty days.
Yeah, that's all it was. It's a connection with the royalty.
Right.
It's a whole. It's into that whole Illuminati.
Speaking of royalty, just real quick, throwing this out there from the top of my mind. Did you hear about the Queen giving up her chair?
Nuh-uh.
She's giving up her chair. She gave up her.
That's when you know some shit's really going down.
For what's his name?
For who?
The married,
the next in line?
Yeah, the married couple.
Oh shit! I did not hear about that.
Yeah.
I don't. Fuck that. Seriously, I mean, that does not affect us whatsoever. I mean, they're controlled too by Rothschild. Honestly, there's no more kings and queens anymore. It's all the bankers, But it still has a connection. But anyway, so before that weird tangent, the head of the snake is the central banks. They control everything, and they're putting us all in debt and enslaving us, making it to where we cannot get anywhere past where we are, and even making it worse for every generation next.
Yeah. To where all these doctorates and nurses and all this, to like the real important stuff to take care of ourselves is just going to be nothing.
Yeah, it's all going to be nothing. It's all going to be socialist care and everything. You're gonna have to, if you're old in socialist medicine, you're looked at as less than because you're not a good worker. You don't produce enough, as a worker.
Right.
Do you want that, or do you want to have the merit of, you've worked hard all your life, you got your insurance, you have your money, I want to see a doctor right now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want that? Yes. And see, that's why we got to prevent things from happening the way it is, because everything is about to pop right now.
Yeah.
The stock market is coming down. And that's why everything is popping off, because France is upset because everything is getting expensive. So is Germany upset, and so is the UK. It's because they got those damn carbon taxes.
Yeah.
And, those carbon taxes affect everything. They affect everything in society.
And I just, that's why we're speaking our voices on this show that we have created ourselves, to let you guys know that in our world of the United States,
in our
country, our home, it's difficult with everybody shouting at once. Nobody can't hear each other. And then what? You want to turn it into one big bloodbath?
Right.
Like...
That's what happened with Europe. No one's hearing real arguments. They're just getting emotional.
The Democrats have done a piece of art on us so far.
Mm-hmm. They really are evil geniuses.
Working in their underground layers and stuff. It's not cool. And this is what it's come down to literally reach out to each other on the ones that are waking up to help